So you guys don't want an LS swap in the Chevelle?
Fine, be that way.
Apparently that an LS swap is not something that the internet wants
Apparently
to see.
all of you said no.
Without being quite so blunt. A couple were a little bit sarcastic, but I get it. LS swap, there's nothing original about doing an LS swap. But the thing is, everyone used to say the same thing about small block Chevys. Back before the LS swap was a thing, everything got small block swapped. And that car, the Chevelle, is one of those cars that was small block swapped, traditionally. It was a straight six car originally. Now it's a small block Chevy. We talk about the idea of swapping it to basically the modern version of a small block Chevy, and man, you guys not a fan. And you know what? That's okay.
I'm not gonna complain about that.
I mean, there are some great benefits to running an LS, and the cost of doing an LS swap has come down drastically. But we weren't fixed on it. It was an idea that we looked at. Obviously, you guys aren't interested in the idea of it being an LS swap car, and well, that's fine. We'll oblige.
Yeah, well, we're not going to do the LS swap.
So we'll keep the small block Chevy. We'll keep it old, more traditional, older swap, because it is still a swap.
You just have to get a different transmission.
So that means, yeah, we're going to be we'll still be looking at doing a modern overdrive transmission.
And the rear end.
That could be a 700 R4 like what's in the wagon, or it could be a 4L60, 4L80, 4L65, 4L85, something like that. Cost-wise, a 700 R4 is probably the best option to go with, because there's the least auxiliary stuff needed to run the 700 R4. But we'll have to find one. I mean, a junkyard 700 R4, which you can get for cheap. They're also a grenade waiting to go off, because there's a few things in the 700 R4 that aren't exactly great. No different than a 4L60, which is just an electronically controlled 700 R4. So we're open to ideas on 700 R4s. What a good source for a 700 R4 that's up to snuff to take a little bit of abuse and be a good transmission. Fuel injection is still on the table, though. I'm considering the idea of the ACES fuel injection, which is a carburetor style fuel injection, or technically it's a throttle body fuel injection.
Is that the pink one?
They do make that pink one. So
that's the one I showed him.
That could be an option, not so much because they make the pink, but their systems have really intrigued me for a while, and I like the way they do them, as far as having the ECU as not part of the throttle body, but as a separate element that you can put away from the engine, get away from the heat, because electronics don't like heat. And I know that that's been one of the plague issues that affected a lot of the sniper systems and a lot of the FI Tech systems or FI-Tech systems, because their ECU was in the throttle body, and the heat causes the ECU to have problems. So I'm really liking the idea of doing the ACES system. Out back, yep, 350, 355 gears. That's exactly what the direction we're going to go with it. That's still enough gear that it'll wake it up a lot at the starting line, as well as get down the highway at a decent speed. I'm heavily leaning towards a 9-inch. Speedway offers a bolt-in 9-inch that's set up for the GM A-body, the Persian A-body. So that's a very good possibility. We're looking at going that route for the rear end, but that's what we've got to do there. And then that's really about it. So then it comes down to waking the car up as far as power goes.
Cam.
You need a bigger bump stick.
Yeah.
Bigger bump stick.
We have to.
Right?
The baby Cam is going bye-bye. No matter what.
If we're keeping that small block, it needs a bump stick.
Yes.
Not one that's got little bumps, one with big bumps.
Yeah.
So, we hear you. And we'll...
and we appreciate it.
We'll steer away from the LS just because, well, you know what? I like small block Chevys anyway. The LS was a good Bang for the buck, the LS is still hard to beat. If you don't have a drivetrain at all, I would definitely consider it. They're getting cheaper to swap into stuff. And the swap parts to make them bolt in are plentiful for a whole lot of platforms now because of how good of a motor the LS motors are. But you know what? We got a small block. We'll stay with the small block for now anyways. Maybe someday in the future that'll change and we'll put something else in it. But we'll stay small block for now.
Yeah.
All right?
All right. So we're staying small block.
Yep.
But we're upgrading the crap out of everything else.
Yep. So you're going to have to work on your budget. And we're going to ask for your help on the budget. Now, I don't want your hard-earned money.
No.
That's fine.
No.
I really don't want it. Because I know we all work hard for our money. But if you're watching our YouTube videos, that's where I'm going to ask for your help. Because our channel monetized recently. Yep, yep. Which means if you let the ads play, that helps us out. If you share our videos so more people see the ads out, that helps us out, and it doesn't cost you anything but 30 seconds of your time to let an ad play or whatever the case. So help us out, let the ads play. That would be outstanding. We would appreciate it, and we'll keep doing what we're doing because well, as any of you car people know, doing any of this stuff is expensive. And if you've watched my channel for any period of time, you realize that I do as much as I possibly can with as little as I can. I don't go ultimate dirt cheap garbage and hack stuff together, but we're by no means got any sponsors or gear vendors throwing transmissions at us. Gear vendors, if you want to throw us a transmission, we'll take it.
Hey, I'm not going to say no.
We don't, that kind of stuff isn't what we've got. We work off of what we can get our hands on within a reasonable price. So help us out. Let an ad play,
Or I just
share our
steal
video.
his stuff, so.
Okay, help me out because she's going to steal all my parts. I'm not taking the transmission out of that car for yours.
Aw.
Not happening. So, we appreciate the feedback, and we're looking forward to whatever we end up doing with the Chevelle in the long run. For now, it's probably not going to be back in the shop for a while because it is a runner driver. It gets down the road fine as is, so we'll be focusing on getting the wagon up and going, and then hopefully this winter we'll be able to get a start on the Chevelle. And today is, well, it's not winter, it's mid-August, and it's over 100 degrees in the shop, which we've already pushed the wagon aside because I'm done working, and that's going to be it. So that's the update. We heard you. We won't do an LS. We'll stay with the small block, stay at mostly old school, might do a couple of fuel injection things to improve the efficiency and power of the motor, but we're going to stick to what I've done on most all the other stuff around here, which is good old-fashioned hot rod small block stuff. Because that's, well, and that's also what...
Are you going to complain about that?
It's what I know, too. So it's what I got a lot of parts for. So we'll keep doing.
So we really much appreciate you guys. Thanks for your input and everything. But yes, we're going to keep it small block. So, but we're going to turn that little baby kitten into a ginormous kitten.
It'll still be a kitten at the end of the day.
Don't call it a kitten.
And yeah, like I was saying, it's hotter than snot. The
GoPro overheated.
The camera we were just using overheated and shut down on us. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you guys on the next one, hopefully when we're not melting.
Yeah.